The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
How'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3 and out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Hurts with a quick throw, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Let's go.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. number 8 on the year. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it. But I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Play action now. Prescott. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Jacobs going to try the middle, and this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
But first down, Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 42 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. From deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Throwing is Hurts. This is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Elliott on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This offense hoping to do better than last drive. Remember, they had the fumble that set up the short field, and then they gave up the touchdown CD.
And so many people talk about how you have to have a short memory after you make a mistake in the NFL. I don't totally subscribe to that, partner. I think that you have to remember what you did and figure out how to not do it again. Get out there and execute the next time out. Avoid those errors and get some momentum built back up for your offense.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jordan Davis. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, Brand, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Throwing on 2nd down. Hurts being chased out left. And this is caught on the sideline. And he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? Give him 32 on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he fends him off, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
A first down throw for Brissett. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Fielded right around the 8. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll... Shy of the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Hey, kill.
First down, Brissett. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Middle.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brissett. Smith catches left side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check.
Throwing. Brissett. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there for Philly. 66 yards.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And this offense has really just been humming all game long. So to me, they're just saying, we want to finish this one off in the third quarter so we can coast home in the fourth. And this is just a tremendous play. Something we've seen time and again from this offense.
Here's Brissett. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. First down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am. And you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Brissett. Touchdown! A great effort there. With touchdown number 23 here on the year.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it is 42-0. after the touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down and around the 22. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on fourth down. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Once again, it's Jacobs. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On play action, Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Darius Slay with a pick.
This has been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett, he's going to look deep down the field. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one. And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And this is caught by Watkins.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. 4th down, Prescott. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force them to come back.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Cowboys are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to try and go deep again. That's caught inside the 20.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion. I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They did.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen.
And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Looking to throw. Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. Boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
He's got a man complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
Micah Parsons
in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, kill.
On play action, Brissett. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They go play action with Brissett. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things.
That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the markers. They'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
So fly, Eagles fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Philadelphia, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.